Hi everyone, good morning. It is Sarah Shipton here from Scrapbooking with Sarah, and I'm coming live to you for our Technique Tuesday class this week, but on a Wednesday, 13th of December 23. Thank you so much everyone for your patience with me yesterday. I'm feeling much better, thank goodness, and I am super excited to be sharing this week's scrapbooking challenge with you. And if I do say so myself, oh my gosh, I think this is one of the most favorite scrapbook layouts I've ever made. Hi Mel, thanks so much for joining us today. It's great to see you online. So, scrapbooking snow photos, how exciting is that? I've been scrapbooking as a business for almost 22 years. And I have never, I have scrapbooked snow photos, but it was from 1999 when I saw snow for the first time on a Kentucky tour atop a mountain in Lucerne in Switzerland. I think it was Mount Pilatus. And so to see snow and be atop of a mountain in Snowbird, which is in Salt Lake City, was just the most exciting thing. So I'm so happy to be sharing this layout with you ladies today. So I think the colors look fantastic. I think the technique is great. It's just all come together perfectly. And I'm sure you can hear how happy I am in my voice. So this week we are creating pattern number 20, which is from the Make It From Your Heart book, volume 3. Those of you that play along at home with the weekly challenges will know that I skipped pattern 19 because I couldn't find photos that were going to suit this little 2x2 inch size. But stay tuned because this will be the pattern we are doing next week and I'm working on that today. So we are doing pattern number 20. It's on page 44 of the Make It From Your Heart volume 3 book, and I am using a combination of papers from the mix-in paper pack from our November-December catalogue. So the base of my scrapbook paper is from the mix-in paper pack. When you purchase your mix-in paper packs, these are designed to bulk up the featured paper collections in your bi-monthly catalogue. So it coordinates with Silver Bells. It also coordinates with Evergreen, but you can see that these colours also coordinate with the current featured promotional paper collection, Gnomes for All Seasons in Winter. So the other thing with your mix-in paper pack to keep in mind, ladies, is that you only get 6 sheets of the paper, one each of 6 double-sided designs. So if you wanted to, in this case here, as you can see, match up your double page scrapbook layouts, you are going to need 2 packs of the papers. You can see I've got the wood grain pattern on the back here, which is so gorgeous as well. So you only get 1 sheet each of the double-sided design. So I have started, for some time now, I've started investing in 2 packs of my mix-in paper pack so I can create double page spreads and match my papers. I've used sage cardstock, periwinkle cardstock, and the pattern paper is from the Gnomes for All Seasons December, and this is the Winter Gnome collection. Now, this is a promotional paper collection, so you will find it on my website under the promotions tab. I'll pop a link in the comments below. You can purchase this collection as a product bundle, which has all of the promotional product in there. You can purchase a scrapbooking workshop kit to create 3 double-sided layouts and a single page layout. You can purchase a card making workshop kit for those of you that are into card making. And then of course you can get all your components individually, which is actually what I did. So I've purchased the pattern paper with the sticker sheet, the coordinating cardstock, and the winter acrylic shapes. I didn't get the stamp set or the thin cuts. And I'm going to share with you what papers I have left over from that Gnome for All Seasons collection. So with the pattern paper, you can see I've used some of this already. You've got the blue pattern snow paper and then the plaid paper on one side. You've got this text pattern and then a striped pattern. I used this in our weekly scrapbooking challenge a couple of weeks ago. And then there is only one sheet or two sheets if you're looking at it double-sided. One sheet, with the gnomes on here. And then this side just has snow-themed paper. So if you're not into the gnomes, then you've only got that one sheet of paper there to work with. And then, of course, you've got a sticker sheet that comes with that also. And again, you can, as you can see here, I showed this in another scrapbooking challenge week a couple of weeks ago, where you can cut your stickers down so they don't look gnome related if you're not into the gnomes. I've got some customers that really love the gnome collection and some that don't, and that's totally okay. Not everything is going to appeal to everyone. And so I like to be able to show artwork that you can create a little bit differently with a promotional paper pack. And that was my intent behind this week's challenge. So it's still snow related. There's just no gnomes. You can see I've used the pattern paper, the word paper through the middle here. I've used the pine tree zip strip through here. I've used the snow day sticker. Could not wait to use that. I've actually matted this on some 3D foam tape on top of the periwinkle cardstock. And then I've cut the snowflake pattern paper down in 4x6 inch. I've actually sprayed the cardstock. It's a little bit tricky to see because most of it's covered, but I did actually spray that cardstock with white gloss spray. And then we're doing the feature technique here today with the Distress Oxide ink and the white gloss spray there as well. And then I've embellished with some stickers, popping some of those up with 3D foam tape. I have actually cut this circular sticker in half. So this is a fun technique to save on your stickers, girls. When you're going to tuck something down underneath there, you don't want to waste that sticker. So I typically will cut my stickers in half. So I've used half of the sticker here and I've popped the other half up here, down here. And then I've just embellished with some other stickers over the top with 3D foam tape. I've also used the white acrylic shapes. So I've stuck them on with glue dots. You will need glue dots to stick down your acrylic shapes because they need some really firm adhesive underneath them. And then with the dots, I've actually used the Silver Bells dots on here as well. So these are the last of my dots, and these were leftover from my Silver Bells scrapbooking workshop kit. So they just work perfectly here. Is little clusters of 2 or 3 here with the other acrylic shapes there. So super excited to share those embellishing techniques here with you. Now, the one tip I will give you here, so we've got your base pages at the bottom, and then you've got this cardstock that's been cut 11 by 11 inches to sit over the top, and that's how you get that beautiful border of your pattern paper behind there with the wood grain. So my suggestion, if you're going to do this gloss spray and Distress Oxide ink technique, to cut your paper down first, 11 by 11, before you do it. So you can see here, if you were at my Christmas crop last Saturday, I actually did demonstrate this technique in person at my workshop, and this was the paper that I demonstrated. So I already had this sage cardstock base that I wanted to create something else with, and you can see that now I've cut that paper down, that the Distress Oxide ink and the gloss spray is very close to the edge. Not a huge issue, but you can see here on this one, I've actually come in a little bit closer away from the edge there. Because this was a 12 by 12 sheet that I demonstrated on Saturday, but still has turned out really, really well. So let's get into that technique. For today, I'm going to get my all-purpose mat out. Susan has joined us. Hi, Miss Susan. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to my Christmas crop on Saturday as well, girls. I hope you had a really great day. I'm going to pop my mat down first of all, my all-purpose mat. And I'm putting it with the tacky side down. So on this back here, it has got a tacky side that will keep my all-purpose mat in place there. And I've got my 12 by 12 sheet of sage cardstock. So I haven't cut this down. But what I might do is actually demonstrate that to you while I've got you on the live video at the moment. So I've got my all-purpose trimmer here. I'm going to lift my trimmer blade up. Now we're going to cut this at 11 by 11 inches. So I need to have my arm out for my trimmer. So I'm just lining that up at 11 inches, popping the ruler down. My left hand is keeping that ruler secure in place. and then I can glide down with my trimmer blade in its track, 11 inches, 11 by 11 we want. So I'm just turning that around. And then I've got a nice perfect square that is going to look fantastic on a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Let me just grab, so for example, if I wanted to use this 12 by 12 sheet as my base and put that over the top, you can see by cutting that cardstock down at 11 by 11 inches, I've got a nice perfect border around the edge there, and that looks quite effective with pattern paper around the outside. Hope has joined us. Hi, Hope. Great to see you online today. Thanks for watching. So we are going to do our Distress Oxide ink first. So my tip to you is that if you are going to be using the Distress Oxide ink and the glossy acrylic spray, that you want to do this first and set it aside to dry, because it will take a little bit of time for this glossy acrylic spray to dry. So we have got our Distress Oxide ink. We're going to be using our blending brushes today, and I have got mine packaged. I have 3 packs of blending brushes, and then I've separated them into color groups. So I've got a color group here for blues, greens, and yellows. And I do have some scratch paper here to the side. So when you're using your Distress Oxide ink, it is a pigment ink. Okay, so you can see here that I'm getting some of that excess ink off already. So I probably could have even started that on my Sage cardstock. Okay, so I haven't rinsed this out since Saturday because I knew I was going to be teaching this technique today. So once I finish with this, I will run this under running water just to get that excess ink color out. Or you can do what I'm doing here, just with some scratch paper, and you can get that excess ink off of your blending brush. So the Distress Oxide ink, this is an example of a third-party item that we carry. So third-party items are in our bi-monthly catalogue. They are no longer in the Essentials catalogue, but your Distress Oxide ink is actually part of the featured technique for our December paper collection Evergreen. And we have also used the featured technique with the Distress Oxide ink and the acrylic gloss spray on our scrapbooking layouts for this month as well, and I'm going to share them with you shortly. So when you are doing an additional artistic technique, this is optional. So there are some additional supplies that are listed at the bottom right-hand corner of the catalogue featuring the scrapbooking workshop kit. And this month it's the Distress Oxide inks in Rustic Wilderness, which is the colour that I've got here, the Speckled Egg, which is a really gorgeous blue, and then the white gloss spray. And of course you need your blending brushes as well. So that's why I've opted to teach this technique this week. So the important thing to note is that with these additional artistic techniques that we teach on a month-to-month basis, the optional items that you need, some of them may only be available for the 2-month period that the catalogue is live. So for November, December. So always important to note that if there is something there that you enjoy creating with, or something new that you want to implement into your scrapbooking layouts, you want to be sure to get that product while that catalogue is live. So we've got our Distress Oxide ink here. You want to have some scratch paper with you as well, just off to the side. And I'm just rubbing that in the Distress Oxide ink, or tapping that depending on how thick you want your ink to be. And I'm just tapping that excess off there as well. I'm going to do, oh, I've got a little bit of ink there on my cardstock, all right? So let's distress there over that. And what we're doing is we're just applying pressure onto the cardstock there. I'm not pressing too hard, and I'm just going around in a circular motion there. What you'll find as well is, because you're going around in the circular motion, that we're going to end up with a, you can see here, like a clear circle in the middle. So you can actually go over that. And in fact, one of my ladies did this technique at the workshop on Saturday, and she had forgot to tap off the excess ink on the scratch paper first. So she felt it was too dark on her layout. So all I did was come over with a blending brush, and I just blended it out more. It's much like using blending brushes when you're doing your makeup. If you're into contouring, ladies, with all of your different shades of your makeup, then obviously you can just blend that out so it doesn't look too thick and too heavy. So I'm just going to do a little bit more down here. So you can build up on that colour depending on how dark you want it to be. It really is just a personal preference. There's no right, there's no wrong. I'm going to do one in that corner and then one in this corner down here as well. Sandra has joined us this morning. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for watching. It's great to see you online today, sharing with you girls. Do you like my new green nail polish, ladies? For those of you that play along, you know that every month I coordinate my nail polish to one of our featured cardstock colours, which go with the paper collection of the month. So this is Pine, the closest I could get to Pine, which coordinates with our evergreen paper collection. And it's a glittery pine. I'm not a huge fan on the glittery nail polish, I have to admit, but this was quite a deep glitter, so it wasn't so noticeable. So I was very happy with that. Okay, right, so I've got my sections there with the Distress Oxide ink, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to get our glossy acrylic spray in white. Again, this is a third-party item that we stock, and it is in the November-December catalogue. I'm just giving that a little bit of a shake. And you want to hold this at about 6 inches away from your cardstock, and you can press all the way through your acrylic spray to get that mist effect, as you can see here. Or if you hold it about halfway down and just let the acrylic gloss spray dribble out a little bit, then you get these really thick splodgy bits like that. Can you see the difference between that? This one I've actually pressed all the way through, just one firm solid press, and it's got that nice mist effect. And this one you can see I've got a little bit more of the thicker blotches. We just, oh, there we go. I'm going to do a misty one there, and let's do some half press ones so that ink just drops out. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yay! Oh my gosh, so cool, so cool. So now that I've done that spraying, what I want to do is set this bit of cardstock aside to dry. And then this creates what we would call like an anchor spot or a base spot for you then to embellish over. So this will be your base. You'll put your photos and other papers down, and then you can embellish over. So it acts as, I guess, an embellishment feature that the eye will automatically be drawn to when someone is looking at your scrapbooking layouts. The other tip I want to give you is that once you've finished with your acrylic gloss spray, you want to get, even sometimes I use just the corner. I haven't wet this, but sometimes I just use the corner of my stamp chamois. You just want to wet this, wipe it over with like a damp stamp chamois, or even just like a baby wipe on hand, and you want to get rid of that acrylic spray in the nozzle there so it doesn't dry, because that will then clog up and make it hard for you to use the gloss spray at a later time. So we're going to give that a little bit of a wipe over in just a moment. So that is the base of your layout done. And now I am going to show you some layouts where I have then completed. We're going to roll this up and pop it back in its box. I probably could have wiped over that. I'm just going to move this out of the way for now. We'll get that a little bit of a wipe over. So coming back to the layout, you can see here I've done it in that corner here, and my photo has gone over the top. This one here is more of a feature with my photo just over the corner here, and here again a featured area, and my photo's just sitting over the top there like so. If we were to look at this month's scrapbooking workshop kit, now these are already in protectors. So the featured scrapbooking kit for the month, this is on pages 22 and 23, the Evergreen collection. So this is where we've also used Distress Oxide ink and gloss spray to embellish. And you can see here we've done it up in this corner here. And then my paper has been matted over the top. And then we've got this beautiful embellishment cluster using stickers, and paper, and also the pine embellishments that came in the kit. And we've got it down in this corner here as well. So obviously when you're using your gloss spray, every spray that's going to come out is going to be unique, and that's the whole point. Yeah, it's meant to look fun and creative and have a bit of an individual flair to it. It's not meant to look perfect. So, you know, don't get too bogged down in that. We've got, again, here the Distress Oxide ink through here, and then I've got some splodges of my gloss spray, and then we've got this beautiful embellishment cluster here using the exclusive die cuts that come in the scrapbooking kit, some stickers and more die cuts, and then it's up here in this corner as well, and most of that's been covered. But that's okay, you know, it's just meant to be a little subtle bit there. We've also used the white gloss spray on this scrapbooking layout here. So we've sprayed up the top here. This is on the linen paper. So this paper is exclusive to the scrapbooking kit. You can't get this paper. The exclusive paper you can tell because it's actually plain on the background here. On the back side, there's no printed paper on there. So you will get, that's the advantage of getting the monthly scrapbooking workshop kit. You do get exclusive paper in it, which is always fun. Like, who doesn't love paper? So we've used the gloss spray here. We've popped the gloss spray down the bottom here, and we've embellished over the top. And you can see here, there's just a very small amount of Distress Oxide ink. That is actually the speckled egg color. So it's really like a beautiful, soft, pale egg blue. And then we've used the gloss spray on this page here. We've actually done it on the linen paper just here. So we've cut that paper first and then sprayed it. And then there is another section down the bottom here. So it's just a really fun technique. This layout here, we've used the Distress Oxide ink through here. The pattern's gone through here, but we haven't put any gloss spray on this one. And all of these beautiful evergreen layouts have been created using some photos that I took from my time in Salt Lake City earlier this year. This is at Bridal Veil Falls, which was so fun. This is a top of Snowbird with my friends Jackie. There's Jackie Pake. Some of you know Jackie, and Sarah Batkin, my beautiful friends. Can't wait to see these girls in Mexico. Looking forward to seeing you ladies. And then this was taken at Sundance. So beautiful photos of very special times, and I just love, love, love this paper collection. You can use that paper collection for your outdoors photos. And then, of course, I've coordinated some of the Gnome for All Seasons winter with our mix-in papers here. So you could certainly combine the evergreen paper with the Gnome for All Seasons winter as well, girls. Absolutely. I hope that's given you some great tips and techniques on how to use the Distress Oxide ink and the gloss spray. I'm going to leave this to sit to dry, and as you can see here, I've now got a base for another scrapbook layout that I could create with my leftover papers. Have a great week, everyone, ladies, and I look forward to seeing what you create in this week's scrapbooking challenge. Thanks so much for watching.